privately with us as we've been able to get into it. And we hope that we can continue to work with you on this very, very important topic.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That is it. On the merits, I have not favored putting American troops into Kosovo. But one also has to keep in mind the impact on the negotiations at this late stage.
Takes three left. Takes 3 seconds. 3 senators do what one of you can do. King, do you want to lead the way here?
Several presidential campaigns. Gene Kirkpatrick, whom I would have favored early on putting a halt to Serbian intervention in Bosnia. This is, although not necessarily with American ground forces. Therefore, I believe that the introduction of American ground forces and of NATO military forces for that purpose is first an unprecedented extension of NATO authority, an extraordinary assertion of international law, and a dangerous precedent for America.
I mean, I've been on the phone every day this week speaking with Albanian leaders, primarily Mr. Krasniqi. And maybe we can say, as some do, well, it's not going to spread. Well, I think there is a connection between Bosnia and Kosovo. I think you look back at, and maybe it's not all about Milosevic, as Secretary Kissinger says, but a great deal of it's about Milosevic. He started all this. And I feel sorry for the Serbs. So my view is that this is a NATO action that we should participate in. That is partly in response to a very good question raised by Secretary Kissinger.
The Department of Balkan Affairs has just reported to our committee that Mr. Holbrooke has reported to the State Department that his mission with Mr. Milosevic today has been a complete failure. I just wanted to bring you up to date.
Crimes against humanity, the international community can. When American troops went to Bosnia, there were all these stories about we're not going to shed American blood in Bosnia. Well, we haven't shed American blood. Not a single American serviceman or woman lost their life because of any hostile action in Bosnia. And I don't think it's going to be much different, of course, in Kosovo. Kosovo is much smaller. There are fewer roads. It's going to be much easier to control. We're putting up, I think, 14% if we agree to this.
In several presidential campaigns, and Gene Kirkpatrick